This is Coach Christy from CrossFit Mokina, bringing you our workout for Tuesday, May 6th, 2020. It is called Choose Wisely, no score. Tuesday, May 5th, sorry. Just a reminder, we have added 2:30 classes to the Zoom schedule on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So sign up for that class in Tribe. We hope to see you there. So what do we have going on today? We have a warm-up, we have a strength, and we have our workout. Our warm-up in green, we're gonna start with a 30-second frog pose stretch. Then we're gonna go into 30 seconds of Michael Phelps to warm up our shoulders, and then a 30-second butterfly to get that hip flexor nice and warm. Then you're gonna set a clock for 8 minutes. You're going to pick 2 movements, doing 10 of each if applicable. This I will explain, but basically there are 3 options of each color. Pick the 2 that you plan to do in the workout. So you'll do 10 of 2 of the pink movements, 10 reps of 2 of the blue movements, 10 reps of 2 of the black movements, and 10 reps of 2 of the dark blue movements where applicable, and that I will explain. Our strength is going to be a 12-minute EMOM. There are 3 different movements, meaning you'll go through this list 4 times. We are going to open with a 40-second wall sit. On the next minute, we will do weighted step-ups, holding our kettlebell or dumbbell, and then on the final minute, we will do glute bridges with the option to do them weighted or elevated, or even both. Our workout for Tuesday, May 5th is Choose Wisely. There isn't going to be a score today. It's a 25-minute EMOM, meaning we're gonna go through this 5 times. On minute 1, we are going to work on our legs. You can choose to work on pistols for a minute, you can work on air squats for a minute, or you can work on calf raises for a minute. But here's what I would like you to do. Whichever you pick, stay on that movement for the full minute. On the next round, feel free to pick a different one. On the next round, pick a different one. It's up to you, but for that minute, stay on the same movement. After our legs, we're gonna go into our core work. You can choose to do a minute of planks. You can choose to do a minute of sit-ups or a minute of back scratchers. Again, each round, you can pick a different movement, but stay on that movement for that particular round. The next minute, we're gonna work on our cardio. You can do a minute of jump rope, a minute of burpees, or you can head outside on a 200-meter run. Truth, 200 meters is a little rough to get in under a minute. So if you come back and realize that the minute has expired, that's okay. Just make sure you go right into our arm portion. For the arms, you can choose to work on push-ups. You can choose to do push press with kettlebells, dumbbells, or a barbell, or you can choose to do shoulder taps in a plank position or a handstand position. The minute you're gonna like the best is minute 5. That is where we get to rest. And then we will go through that entire list 5 times today. So there's no score because we're gonna be picking so many different movements. I just want you giving it your all. So starting with the warm-up, we're gonna do a 30-second frog pose. You're gonna come down to the floor. We're gonna get our knees wide with our feet behind, and I'm gonna sit down on my forearms. If you want to intensify the stretch, we push back, bringing our hips backwards. We're gonna hold that for 30 seconds. Then we're gonna do 30 seconds of Michael Phelps. It's simply hug in front and clap behind. I'm sure from watching the Olympics, you saw Michael Phelps often doing this type of movement. Then we're gonna do a butterfly stretch. I'm going to sit down, bottom of the feet in front of me. It's up to you how close you want to bring your heels into your body, but we're gonna hold on to our toes and we are going to lean over, holding that stretch for 30 seconds. Then we're gonna go into our 8-minute AMRAP. As I mentioned, you're going to pick 2 of each colored movement and do 10 reps. Now I'm going to demo all 3 in all of the categories, but you just need to pick 2 of them. First thing we have for our legs, we're gonna work on pistols. A pistol is a 1-legged squat. Think cops and robbers. I need to make this position with the lower half of my body. On one leg, I'm gonna come down and do a full squat, keeping my heel off the floor, and then stand. If you want to try pistols, but you can't do them at that level, you can absolutely do them on a chair. Sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up. You can also do them in a doorway. So I'm gonna unfortunately face backwards to you guys, but I'm gonna hold on to the door frame. I'm gonna come down to do my pistol and then stand. So you can also do them in a door frame. So that's the first movement of our legs. The next option is an air squat. Feet are gonna go underneath my shoulders. I'm gonna push back to get my weight in my heels, fighting to get down below parallel. The final option is calf raises. I'm simply going to come up onto my toes using my calves and then come back down. So the options for legs, pistols, air squats, or calf raises. Then we're gonna go into our core work. For the plank, you can change it up however you want. You could do a push-up plank. You could do a forearm plank. You could do side planks. This is where I'm mentioning in the warm-up to do 10 reps if applicable. How are you gonna do 10 reps of a plank? In this situation, let's just hold the plank for 30 seconds. The other movements for our core, we can do sit-ups or back scratchers. For those sit-ups, range of motion, I wanna touch the floor behind me, making sure my shoulder blades make contact with the floor, and then I wanna reach for my shoes. What I'm aiming for is making sure my shoulders pass my hips. Knees towards the ceiling, we have the assistance of our quads. Butterfly is a little bit more advanced for that movement. Another option for core work is back scratchers. I'm going to come down to my back and I'm going to reach for my shoes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So those are the 3 options for our core work. Then we're gonna go into our cardio session. You can do jump ropes, double unders, or singles, or since there's no score today, feel free to do any type of jump roping that you would like. Then we're gonna go into burpees, chest and thighs to the floor, and clap when I get overhead. Or you can step down, still bringing our chest and thighs to the floor, step up, and clap overhead. Another, if applicable, the next thing is a 200-meter run. I'm not going to make you run 200 meters 10 times. So if you're choosing to do the 200-meter run, just head outside, do it once, and come on back. The next thing we have is our max arms. We are doing push-ups, push press, or shoulder taps. For those push-ups, hands are gonna go underneath my shoulders. Elbows are gonna track back along the ribs till my chest touches the floor and then come up to full extension. I can come down and roll up, or I can even roll down and roll up. For that push press, some of us have kettlebells and dumbbells, some of us have barbells. For that kettlebell and or dumbbell, it's just gonna be in one hand. I'm gonna do a tiny dip, press overhead, tiny dip, press overhead. From another angle, it rests in the front rack position, dip and press, dip and press. If you have a barbell, because we're doing this for a full minute, we definitely want to go light. Those of you with maxes, I'm talking maybe empty bar today. 35–40% of our 1 rep max. So most likely that's going to translate to an empty bar push press. Same thing, dip and press, dip and press. From another angle, tiny dip, keeping my weight in my heels. When I press overhead, biceps are by the ears. So kettlebell, dumbbell, or barbell. And then we're gonna do some shoulder taps. You can come down to the floor for those in a plank position and simply tap our shoulders. Or for those of you that are a little bit more advanced, we can also do this in a handstand position. You can cross or go to the same shoulder. So I'm gonna kick up into that handstand and then come up to my shoulders. All right, whew. So you need to just pick 2 of each colored movement and do 10 reps if applicable. Then our strength today, every minute on the minute for 12 minutes. We have 3 movements total. We're gonna start with a 40-second wall sit. For that wall sit, I want to make sure my knees are over my ankles, my hips are against the wall, and my shoulders are against the wall. I'm going to hold this for a total of 40 seconds. On the next minute, we have glute bridges. There are technically 4 options for glute bridges. I'm going to show you easy, medium, and then the hardest version. Easiest version, I'm simply going to come down to the floor, hands on the floor, and I lift my hips. Lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. If you want to make this a bit more challenging, we can take that kettlebell or dumbbell and put it on our hips. This is one of the medium versions. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, and lower. Another medium option is elevating our feet up on a chair. This is going to increase that range of motion. Lift, lower, lift, lower. The most difficult option is putting that kettlebell or dumbbell on our hips and having our feet elevated. Lift and lower, lift and lower. So one thing I want to point out, that was actually minute 3, so sorry about that. We start with the wall sit. Minute 2 is actually weighted step-ups. Minute 3 is those glute bridges. So I went a little bit out of order. For those step-ups, I'm going to hold my kettlebell or dumbbell. I personally hold it in front. I do know some members like to put the dumbbell on their traps, and some actually like to just hold it on their side. That's up to you. So I'm going to hold it in front of me, and I'm going to do my step-ups, hitting full extension, full hip extension at the top. So minute 1, 40-second wall sit. Minute 2, our weighted step-ups. And then minute 3, those glute bridges. From there, we just go into our workout. So everything that I have demoed, choose wisely. On minute 1, you're going to pick one of the leg movements, either pistols, air squats, or calf raises. On minute 2, you're going to pick one of our core movements, a plank, sit-ups, or back scratchers, reaching for our shoes. Minute 3, we're going to do our cardio, either jump rope, burpees, or head out for a run. That 200-meter run translates to a 250-meter row, or we double it, it's a 400-meter quarter-mile bike. Then we're going to go into our minute of push-ups, push press, or shoulder taps. And then you're welcome, you get a minute rest. And you're going to go through that 5 times. So good luck, everybody. Reminder, we have added 2:30 Zoom classes. So today we have class at 7 a.m., 2:30 p.m., as well as 5:30 p.m. Good luck, everyone.